Captain.
What?
Not ineffectual. Helen did fold her napkin.
What in heaven's name is so extraordinary about folding a napkin?
Well, it's more than you did.
Katie, now I did not bring you all the way out here to the garden house to be frivolous. Now, how does Miss Sullivan propose to teach a deaf-blind pupil who won't even let her touch her?
I don't know.
The fact is, today she scuttled any chance she had of getting along with the child. If you can see any point or purpose to her staying on here any longer, it's more than
What do you wish me to do?
I want you to give her notice.
I can't.
Well, then if you won't, I must. I simply will not. Miss Sullivan.
Captain Keller, Viney said I'd find you both here in the garden house. I thought we should have the talk.
Yes, well, come in. Katie?
Captain?
I wanted to make my position clear to Mrs. Keller in private. I have decided I am dissatisfied. That is, deeply dissatisfied.
Excuse me, but is this house ever in use?
In the hunting season. If you will give me your attention, Miss Sullivan. I have tried to make allowances for you because you come from a part of the country where people are, or women, I should say, for whom allowances must be made. Therefore, I have decided that I must... Miss Sullivan, I find it very difficult to talk through those glasses.
Oh, of course.
Why do you wear them? The sun has been down for an hour.
Any kind of light hurts my eyes.
Put them on. Miss Sullivan, I have decided to let you stay on.
And do what?
To remain in our employ, but on two conditions. I am not accustomed to rudeness in servants or women, and that is first. If you are to stay, there must be a radical change of manner.
Whose?
Yours, young lady, isn't it obvious? And the second is that you persuade me there's the slightest hope of your teaching a child who flees from you now like the plague to anyone else you can find in this house.
There isn't. What, Miss Annie? It's hopeless here. I can't teach a child who runs away.
Then do I understand you to propose?
Well, if we're all agreed that it's hopeless, the next question is... I am not agreed. She learned she did fold her napkin. Do you know she could talk when she was only 6 months old? She said water. Not really, wawa. Wawa, but she meant water and she knew what it meant. And only 6 months old. Why... I never saw a child so bright or outgoing. It's still in her somewhere, isn't it, Miss Annie? You should have seen her before her illness. Such a good-tempered child. She's changed. Put up with it, Miss Annie, and with us.
Us?
Please, like the lost lamb in the parable, I love her all the more. Mrs. Keller, I don't think Helen's worst handicap is deafness or blindness. I think it's your love and pity.
Now, what does that mean?
All of you here are so sorry for her that you've kept her like a pet. Why, even a dog you would housebreak. No wonder she won't let me come near her. It's useless for me to teach her language or anything else here. Before you came, we spoke of putting her in an asylum. What kind of asylum?
For mental defectives.
I visited there. I can't tell you what I saw. People like animals with rats in the halls and... Well, what are we to do if you give up? Give up? You said it was hopeless. Here, give up. Why, I only thought today would have to be done to begin. I want complete charge of her.
You already have that. It has resulted in nothing
No,
but...
I mean day and night. She has to be dependent on me. For what? For everything. The food she eats, the clothes she wears, fresh air. Yes, the air she breathes. Whatever her body needs is a primer to teach her out of. It's the only way. The one who should give it to her should be her teacher, not anyone who loves her. You have so many feelings that they fall over each other like feet. You won't use your chances and you won't let me. But if she runs from you to us, yes, that's the point. I'll have to live with her somewhere else. What? Until she learns to depend on and listen to me. For how long? As long as it takes. I've packed half my things already.
Miss Sullivan...
Captain Keller, it meets with both your conditions. It's the one way that I can get back in touch with Helen. And I don't see how I can be rude to you again if you're not around to interfere with me.
And what is your intention if I say no, pack the other half for home, and abandon your charge to...
To the asylum? I grew up in such an asylum. The state almshouse. Rats. Why, my brother Jimmy and I used to play with the rats because we didn't have any toys. perhaps you'd like to know what Helen would find there, not on visiting days. There was one ward full of the old women, blind, crippled, most of them dying. And even if what they had was catching, there was nowhere else to move them. So that's where they put us. Well, there were younger ones across the hall, prostitutes mostly with TB and epileptic fits, and a few of the kind that chase after other girls, especially young ones. And some insane, some just had the DTs. The youngest ones were in another ward across the hall to have babies they didn't want. They started at 13, 14. They'd leave afterwards, but the babies stayed, and we played with them, too. Even though a lot of them had swords from all over from diseases that you're not supposed to talk about. But not many of them lived. The first year we had 80. 70 died. The room Jimmy and I played in was the dead house where they kept the bodies so they could dig the graves. No, it made me strong. But I don't think you need send Helen there. She's strong enough. No, Captain Keller, I have no conditions. Miss Annie. Yes? Where would you take Helen? Oh, Italy? What? Oh, well, can't have everything. How would this garden house do? Furnish it, bring Helen here after a long ride so she wouldn't recognize it, and you could see her every day, if she doesn't know. Well, is that all? That's all. Captain, with your permission.
Well, why must she depend on you for the food she eats?
I want control of it.
Why?
It's a way to reach her.
You intend to starve her into letting you touch her?
She won't starve. She'll learn. All fair in love and war, Captain Keller. You never cut supplies.
This is hardly a war.
Well, it's not love. A siege is a siege.
Miss Sullivan, do you like the child?
Do you? You can have a servant here, Miss Annie. Oh, I'll have enough work without having to look after a servant. But that boy Percy could sleep here and run errands. Percy could stay here, couldn't he, Captain? And some old furniture, all our own. Oh, Captain, is that earned?
I have not yet consented to Percy, or to the house, or to the proposal, or to Miss Sullivan staying on. I consent to everything. For 2 weeks, I give you 2 weeks in this place, and it will be a miracle if you get the child to tolerate you.
2 weeks. Can you accomplish anything in 2 weeks?
Anything or not 2 weeks, then the child returns to us. Make up your mind, Miss Sullivan, yes or no.
2 weeks. For only one miracle? I'll get her to tolerate me. You can't think as little of love as you say, Miss Annie. Or you wouldn't stay. I didn't come here for love. I came for money. What? A. It's the first of many. 26. Wanted to live in a doll's house.
You don't give up on things easily, do you? How will you win her hand in this place?
How do I know? I lost my temper and here we are.
No touching, no teaching. Of course, you are bigger.
I'm not counting on Florence. I'm counting on her. That little imp is dying to know.
Know what?
Anything. Any and every crumb in God's creation. I'll have to use that appetite, too.
And maybe she'll teach you.
Of course.
That she isn't. That there's a such thing as dullness of heart. acceptance, letting go. Sooner or later, we all give up, don't we?
Maybe you all do. It's my idea of the original sin.
What is?
Giving up.
You won't open her, so why can't you let her be? Have pity on her for what she is.
If I'd ever once thought like that, I'd be dead.
You will be, so why worry? Or will you teach me?
Does she know where she is? No, we rode around in the country for 2 hours.
For all she knows, she could be in another town.
That's a sign for me. I know. 2 weeks. Miss Annie, be good to her. These 2 weeks, try to be very good to her. I will.
Don't understand it. I had every intention of dismissing that girl, not setting her up like an empress.
Yes, what is her secret, sir?
Secret?
That enables her to get anything she wants out of you, and I can't.
She doesn't get anything she wants out of me.
Captain!
He's afraid. What does he want out of me?
My God, don't you know? Everything you forgot when you forgot my mother.
What? Well, I'll tell you one thing that girl's secret is that she doesn't just fire one shot and then disappear. Oh, Katie, don't mind what he said.
Captain, I am proud of you.
What?
For giving the girl what she needs.
Why can't my son be? You think I train him as hard as that girl does Helen?
Perhaps you do.
Well, he has to learn some respect.
Do you like the child? How quiet the house seems tonight. Either of us. Ellen. I will touch you! Oh, how do I... Percy! Wake up and get in here! I need you! Percy? Are you awake? No, ma'am. How would you like to play a nice game? What? With Helen. She's under the bed. Touch her hand. Let me go! Let me go! She's going to talk. She's going to hit me. She can talk if she only knew. She makes letters. I'll show you how. This one's C. C. She's mad at me now, though. She won't play. Here, I'll show you another one. A. C. A. C. A. K-E. She spells cake. She gets cake. She doesn't know yet that it means this. Isn't it funny? She knows how to spell it, but doesn't know she knows? Well, if she won't play it with me, I'll play it with you. How would you like to learn one she doesn't know? No, ma'am. Come back. M-I-L-K. M is this. I, that's an easy one, just the little finger. L, no! Why should I talk to you? I'm teaching Percy a new word. L, K is this. Oh, how jealous you are. All right. So I'm finally back to where I can touch you, huh? Touch and go, no love lost. You can go back to bed now, Percy. You've earned your sleep. Thank you. Now, all I have to teach you is one word. Everything. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. If that diamond ring turns to brass, Mama's gonna buy you a looking glass. If that looking glass gets broke, Mama's gonna buy you a billy goat. If that billy goat won't pull, Mama's gonna buy you a cart and bull. If that cart and bull turns over, Mama's gonna buy you a dog named Rover. If that dog named Rover won't bark, Helen, the chick has to come out of its shell sometime. You come out too. There's only one way out for you, and it's to learn that your fingers can talk and say anything you can name. Mug, Helen. M-U-G. It has a
You haven't eaten, Katie.
I'm too restless. I have a bad heart. I can't sit too.
You must eat, my dear. It will be a long day waiting.
Oh, but it's been such a short 2 weeks. I never thought life could be so noiseless. Went much too quickly for me.
C-A-R-D. Card. C-A...
Well, everything has been practically normal.
Jimmy.
Well, is it wrong to enjoy a quiet breakfast after so many years? Why, you two seem to...
It could be even more noiseless, Jimmy, without your tongue running every minute. Haven't you enough feeling to understand what Katie's been going through?
No, it's true. The 2 weeks have been normal, quiet, all you say, but not short. Interminable. W-A-T-E-R. But it means this. W-A-T-E-R. This. W-A-T...
I only meant that Miss Sullivan is a boon. A contention, though, it seems.
If and when you're a parent, Jimmy, you will understand what separation means. A mother loses a protector.
What?
You'll learn. We don't just keep our children safe, they keep us safe. And of course, all kinds of separation. Katie has had to live with one kind ever since Helen's illness. And there is another disappointment in a child.
I feel every day more and more inadequate.
Kate? I'm sorry. Open my mouth and frogs jump out, like in that fairy tale.
No, it's true. It has been better for everyone. If only there were someone to help me. I need a teacher as much as Helen.
Kate? What does he want from me?
That's not the question, Jimmy. Stand up to the world.
But the world is him.
Yes, and no one can do it for you.
Well, Kate, at least, could you be my friend?
I am. My mind is undisciplined, full of skips and jumps and disjoint. Where's discipline? What a dictionary. You have to know how to spell it before you can look up how to spell it. Disciple? Discipline. Undisciplined? Undisciplined. What are you doing to your eyes? Oh, it's worse on my vanity. I'm learning to spell. It's like a surprise party. The most unexpected characters turn up. You're not to overwork your eyes, Miss Annie. Well, whatever I spell to Helen, I'd better spell right. How serene she is. Yes, she learned that skip yesterday. Now I can't get her to stop. Such a little lady. She'd sooner starve than eat with her fingers. You've taught her so much these 2 weeks. I'm never... Not enough. Obedience is not enough. Well, she learned 2 nouns this morning. Key and water. Brings her up to 18 nouns and 3 verbs. But not... No, not that they mean things to her yet. It's still only a finger game to her. No meaning. Mrs. Keller, shall we play our finger game? How will she learn? It will come. How? How does a bird learn to fly? We're born to use words like wings that have to come. How? All right. I don't know how. I've done everything I can think of. Whatever she's learned here, keeping herself clean, knitting, stringing beads, meals, setting up exercises each morning. We climb trees, hunt eggs. Yesterday, a chick was born in her hands. All of it I spell. Everything we do, we never stop spelling. I go to bed at night with writer's cramp from talking so much.
I worry about you, Miss Annie. You must rest.
Now, she spells back in her sleep. Her fingers make the letters and she doesn't even know. In her bones, those 5 fingers know. That hand aches to speak out. But something in her mind is asleep. How do I nudge that awake? That's the one question.
With no answer.
Except to keep at it, like this.
More time. Here.
Spell it.
Because
Spell it. If she ever learns how, you'll have a lot to tell each other. Start now.
Miss Sullivan, I was on my way from the office and I thought that...
Outside, please, Captain
My
Keller.
dear child, now the 2 weeks are up today.
They're not up until 6 o'clock.
Now, what difference can a fraction
An
of one...
agreement is an agreement. Now, you've been very good so far. I'm sure you can keep it up for a few more hours.
Miss Sullivan, you are a tyrant.
Likewise, I'm sure.
I don't think you know how eager we are to have her back in our arms.
I do know. It's my main worry.
Well, it's like expecting a new child in the house. Well, she is so composed, so attractive. You've done wonders for her, Miss Sullivan.
Have I?
If there's anything you want from us in repayment, it will be a
I
privilege
just told Mrs. Keller I want more time.
Miss Annie.
Another week.
We missed the child. I missed the girl. I'm glad to say that's a different debt I owe you.
Pay it to Helen. Give her another week. Doesn't she miss us?
Well, of course she does. What a wrench this unexplainable exile must be to her. Can you say it's not?
No, but
Doesn't she need affection, too?
She never shows me she needs it. She won't have any caressing
But you're not her mother.
And what difference would another week make? You've done more than we ever thought possible. Taught her constructive things to
I
do.
can't promise
To
anything.
behave like, even look like a human child. So manageable, contented, cleaner, more...
Cleaner?
Well, we say cleanliness is next to godliness, Miss...
Cleanliness is next to nothing. She has to learn first that everything has its name. That words can be her eyes to everything in the world outside her and inside her, too. What is she without them? With them, she can think, have ideas, be reached. But there isn't a thought or fact in the world that can't be hers. You publish a newspaper, Captain Keller. Do I have to tell you what words are? And she has them
Miss
already.
Sullivan.
18 nouns and 3 verbs. They're in her fingers now. I only need more time to push one of them into her mind. One and everything